Garth Brooks broke all the records, and one thing that Garth has been known for is his loyalty to his musicians. And when Garth first came to Nashville and began singing demo songs for other singers, he had a certain group of musicians that he ended up playing with, and that ended up doing his first demos as well, which ended up getting his recording contract. And one of the players was Bobby Wood. And Bobby Wood's a keyboard player. And Bobby was part of the Memphis Boys that played on Suspicious Minds and In the Ghetto and all those great Elvis records in 1969, along with a gazillion other hit records. But Garth asked Bobby, if things start to happen, is there anything that you can tell me? What should I do? And the information that Bobby gave Garth was, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I think Garth took it to heart. And so when Garth got his record deal, the musicians that played on his record, on his demos, were the ones that ended up playing on all of his records. And when I say all, I mean all, from the demos up until to right now. He's used the same group of musicians, same producer, same engineer. They refer to themselves as the G-Men. And just playing with Garth alone, the Beatles as a group is the only group of musicians under one name that have sold more records than these guys have sold as players under the one name of Garth Brooks. Now, that didn't have anything to do with Crystal Gayle and Elvis and all the other artists that these musicians have played for in addition to Garth. So Rob Jacobs on fiddle, Milton Sledge on drums, Mark Cat Stevens guitar, Bobby Wood keyboard, Chris Lusinger on electric guitar, Mike Chapman on bass, and Bruce Boughton on steel. And Alan Reynolds, pictured on the bottom right here in the blue shirt, has been the producer the whole time. And Mark Miller, who's on the far left, the black hair and the glasses there, has been the engineer. And Garth was right, I guess. You know, I mean, he's the biggest selling single artist of all time. And these relatively unknown group of musicians have played on all of those records. The microphone on display is the microphone that Garth used from his third album on. And probably that microphone again has to have some kind of record as far as number of records sold with a singer singing on one microphone, perhaps. I don't know. The musician union contracts that the microphone is rested on is put here just to let people see how much a studio musician made at this time doing a regular session. That means single scale. Some musicians, if they get busy enough or popular enough, some of the session players would charge double scale, some triple scale. But these guys all did single scale with Garth. And the electric guitar here, it's a Music Man. It's the guitar that Chris Lusinger used to play slide on the song When the Thunder Rolls. The snare drum is the one that Milton used on basically all of Garth's records. The acoustic guitar over here was used by Mark on The Dance and Tomorrow Never Comes, and just a number of those songs that Garth had big hits with. And Mike, this is one of the basses, not the only one, but this is one of the basses that Mike used on a lot of those Garth sessions. There's also a logbook over here, which a lot of the musicians, that's how you keep up with what session you have on what day and what time to be there and so forth. But it's interesting to glance through these logbooks and and go and see all the artists that these musicians, how many different artists that they worked on their records